Hello students, this is Veenu with chemistry. Hope you are fine. We are starting osmosis. Our topic is osmosis. We'll see what is osmosis, what are the examples of osmosis, and what are the necessity of osmosis. And one more thing, how osmosis is different from diffusion. These 4 points we will include in this topic. Osmosis is the phenomenon in which solvent molecule moves from higher solute concentration to lower solute concentration through semi-permeable membrane. If we say it means solvent moves from pure solvent to solution side. Like if we are having a beaker filled with water and we have taken a thistle funnel we have intact a semi-permeable membrane over the mouth of thistle funnel, wide mouth of thistle funnel. What is semi-permeable membrane? A little later I will tell you. Semi-permeable membrane is intact, is fixed over the mouth of thistle funnel. In this thistle funnel we have kept sugar solution. This thistle funnel containing aqueous solution of sugar with a fixed semi-permeable over its mouth is inverted in the beaker containing water. Let's see. We have inverted this thistle funnel containing sugar solution and fixed with semi-permeable membrane. Now we will find that water molecules move inside the thistle funnel through semi-permeable membrane. This means water is a solvent. And inside thistle funnel we had what? Sugar solution. So we will find water is moving from pure solvent to solution side through semi-permeable membrane. So if we see in water there is no sugar, but in thistle funnel sugar is dissolved. So concentration of sugar is there in the thistle funnel, but there is like zero concentration. Means if we see that water is having no sugar, that's why it is called as low solute concentration side. And in thistle funnel we have sugar dissolved, so it is high solute concentration. So we'll find that pure solvent moves from low solute concentration to higher solute concentration. So what we see, the phenomenon in which solvent moves, only solvent particles move. No movement of solute is there. Solvent particles move. From where to where? They move from, we can say, pure solvent to solution. Pure solvent to solution through semi-permeable membrane. I will abbreviate semi-permeable membrane as SPM. Through semi-permeable membrane, that is SPM. If we see, that means what does it mean? It is actually from low solute concentration to high solute concentration. Low solute concentration to high solute concentration. That means where the solute is more, solvent will move from to that side where the solute is more. Or we can say it is the phenomenon in which solvent particle move from high solvent concentration to low solvent concentration. Now students see, wherever solute concentration will be more, there solvent concentration will be low, and wherever solvent concentration is high, that means solute is low. जहाँ solvent ज़्यादा है वहाँ solute low होगा, जहाँ solute ज़्यादा है वहाँ solvent कम होगा. So जहाँ हम high solute concentration बोलते हैं वहाँ low solvent concentration होगा. So the thing is same, कोई डिफरेंट नहीं है. अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि लो सल्यूट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से हाई सल्यूट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन जा रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि जिस तरफ सॉल्वेंट ज़्यादा है उस तरफ से सल्यूट कम ही होगा. सो हाई सॉल्वेंट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू लो सॉल्वेंट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, इट्स नॉट डिफरेंट, वन एंड द सेम थिंग. सिर्फ हाई और लो इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट विथ और इन रिस्पेक्ट विथ सॉल्यूट एंड सॉल्वेंट इज देयर. So what is it? It's a only solvent particle move from low solute concentration to high solute concentration, or from high solvent concentration to low solvent concentration through SPM, through semi-permeable membrane. Without semi-permeable membrane, it is not considered to be a osmosis. So we will see that it is, what is SPM, what is semi-permeable membrane. We have membranes, three kind of membranes we have. One is permeable, another is semi-permeable, third is impermeable. Three kinds of membranes we have. Permeable, semi-permeable, and impermeable. Permeable, which allow each and every kind of particle, whether it is solute or solvent, both kind of particles to move through it. They are called as permeable. Semi-permeable, which allow only, here we have taken a solvent particle to move through it. Impermeable, which do not allow, neither allow solute nor allow solvent to pass through them. One more term is that selectively permeable, which we use in biology for cell membrane. Selectively permeable. Selectively permeable are those membranes like cell membrane of our cell, which allow few of the ions and solvent particles to move through them. They allow nutrients, ions and few of the particles, solvent and also solvent particles to move through them. Means they select the particles to, they are selectively permeable, they are allowing specific particles to move through them. So we have membranes through four kinds: permeable, semi-permeable, impermeable and selectively permeable. Actually selectively permeable are the types of semi-permeable only. But now we will take here, we are concerned with semi-permeable membrane. So let us see, these are the semi-permeable membrane which allow only solvent particles. SPM allows only solvent particles to move through them. These solvent particles move through them easily. Now we see we have natural semi-permeable membranes and synthetic. Natural and synthetic. We take natural we have examples of natural semi-permeable membranes like animal bladder. Animal bladder. For example, pig's bladder, parchment. We'll see synthetic like cellophane membrane. Cellophane membrane. We have gelatinous PPT. Gelatinous precipitate of copper hexacyanoferrate. Copper hexacyanoferrate. These works as semi-permeable membrane. So this semi-permeable membrane has important role in osmosis. Now we'll see the few of the examples for osmosis. Like mango shrivel when we keep it in brine. What is brine? Aqueous solution of salt. So raw mangoes raw mangoes, they shrivel in brine. This is one example. Raw mangoes shrivel in brine. Second, we see blood cell collapse when we keep them in salt water containing more concentration what is there in blood cell. Third example, resins when kept in water they swell. Resin when they are shrink when they are kept in sugar solution. This is a very easy example which we see in our daily life. Even one practical in bio we have seen in 9th class that when resin is kept in water it swells, and when resin is kept in sugar solution it shrinks, size decreases. This is one of the best examples. Egg swells when kept in water. Egg also shrink when kept in salt water. So these are the few examples which we see showing osmosis in our daily life. Now we will see who has discovered this osmosis. Who has studied osmosis? Discovered nahi, studied. Abbe Nollet. He has studied osmosis. Last but not least, what is difference between osmosis and diffusion? We usually say if we lit a incense stick, we find smell spreads all over in the room. Though we have kept incense stick in the corner of the room, yet we find smell spreads all over. Something is cooked in the kitchen, the smell spreads over. It is due to diffusion. In diffusion, we see that particles move from their higher concentration to lower concentration. So we'll find that fragrance of this incense stick mix up, these particles of smoke mix up in the air, and this intermixing of two substances, particles of two substances is called as diffusion. And these particles, both the solvent and solute, both move together from higher concentration to lower concentration of solute. So we'll see here in osmosis only solvent particles move. So here we will see what's the actual difference. Now for osmosis SPM is very necessary and diffusion SPM is not required. Another thing, in osmosis only solvent particle moves. Only solvent particle moves. Here both particles can move, solute as well as solvent. It is not necessary alone solvent should move. Third thing is there that solvent particles move from low concentration of solute to high concentration of solute. But here we will find molecules move from higher concentration to lower concentration. So there is a third case, concentration. So here low solute concentration to high solute concentration in osmosis. But in case of diffusion, it is from high concentration to low concentration. We see osmosis occur only in solutions. Osmosis occur only in solution, whereas diffusion occurs in gases as well as liquid. Gases as well as liquids. Osmosis can be stopped or reversed by applying additional pressure on higher concentration side. It can be stopped or reversed. Its direction can be reversed if we apply high pressure on higher concentration side. But it cannot be stopped, neither can be stopped nor can be reversed by applying any kind of pressure. So just summarizing, osmosis is the phenomenon in which solvent particles move from low solute concentration to high solute concentration. We have seen the example studied by Abbe Nollet. We have seen the diffusion and osmosis are differing from each other. That's all. We'll see osmotic pressure in our next class.